What's up, beautiful people? It's time for the latest episode of Start and Stop. I've been getting a ton of really good feedback on this because here's the thing. We all want to get more done. We all want to be more productive. We all want to be more happy, right? If that's the case, make sure that you stick around for this one. And if you have the time, please engage with me, like, comment, share this with people who you think might need it. So let's get started with something you should start. So as we begin with something you should start, I want you to start a habit of gratitude. You see, in our culture, we have a formula totally backwards, okay? So it is that if you have hard work and then you get success, that you will be happy. That studies will tell you that that is simply not true. We want to flip that around. We're going to put the happiness at the front. Studies will tell you that if you are happy and then you work hard, you're actually more likely to succeed. Happy people tend to think more creatively. They tend to have less stress. They tend to be more successful. So you want to be happy first and then work hard. That will get you towards success. Now, and study after study will tell you this. Actually, one of my favorite studies has to do with doctors. So they actually gave doctors a lollipop right before they went into an office so that they could diagnose their patients, right? So the doctors that got the lollipop, now they weren't allowed to eat the lollipop because they were afraid the sugar might throw off the study. They just got a lollipop, they put it in their pocket. And what's cool about that is just that little boost of positivity, that little boost of happiness actually made their diagnosis more accurate, which is kind of mind-blowing, really. And so what you want to do when you're going into that big sales call, when you're going into that big test, right? You want to fill your brain with something that is positive. You want to envision the fact that you will do well on the test. You want to take yourself to your happy place. That's right, the Happy Gilmore thing, that was right. You want to go to your happy place because you're going to be more likely to succeed if your mind is in a positive state. Now, you might be thinking, great, I'm not naturally a positive person, or I'm not right now in a positive place in my life. Well, here's the thing. You can kind of wire that too. So one of the ways that you can be more happy is to be more grateful. The fact of the matter is you can't be grateful and negative at the same time. It's just your brain can't hold those two thoughts at the same time. Your brain can't hold any two thoughts at the same time, just one thing. But anyway, you want to be grateful. So one of the ways that you can kind of wire yourself to be more happy is to force yourself to be more grateful. So there's a couple ways you can kind of do this. I always call it a gratitude exercise. So one of the ways that I challenge people to do is do 30 days of gratitude. And this is a little bit of hard work, but I think you'll see a big difference. So number one, get 30 thank you cards. Number two, start writing one thank you card for each day. And what I've found is the first couple days are pretty easy. You can write one to your spouse or your significant other. You can write one to your best friend. You can write one to your teacher that did something 30 years ago that impacted you. But after about 3 to 5 days, it actually starts to get hard. And you have to start looking for something that is making you grateful. The funny thing about the mind is when you start looking for something, you tend to find it. What you seek, you shall find. That's as old as time, right? So as you start looking for things to be grateful for, your subconscious mind starts to show them to you. And when you are grateful, you are more happy. And when you are happy, you tend to be more successful. So if you want to be more productive, if you want to be more happy, if you want to be more purposeful, start a habit and an attitude of gratitude. Okay, now that you have started your attitude of gratitude, your 30-day gratitude challenge, now we talk about something you should stop. So the thing you should stop is excuses. You know what they say about excuses is that everybody has them and they all stink. They're kind of like rear ends. So we want to stop excuses. The thing of it is we all can find excuses if we keep looking for them, but it doesn't push us forward. One of the things that we talk about in our office is anything that happens at Hasseman Marketing that is wrong is my fault. It's always my fault. Now, this isn't like this kind of thing where I'm just trying to be a martyr. The only way I can learn is if I look at something and go, okay, what could I have done differently? If you can get rid of excuses, if you can stop making excuses for things in your life, you tend to be able to improve from them. Look, there are things that are legitimately not your fault. Of course there are, but almost always there's something that you could have done differently that could have created a different outcome. Now, again, this is not about trying to be a victim. This is not about being a martyr. It's quite the opposite, actually. It is the idea of saying, look, if I take responsibility for everything in my life, then I have much more impact. I have much more, my circle of influence is going to grow. So if you want to be more purposeful, if you want to be more happy, and I think that's actually really important, because when you are a victim, it's really easy to feel helpless and hopeless. But when you start to take responsibility for every single thing that happens in your life, it's actually empowering if you take the right mindset. So if you want to be more purposeful, if you want to be more happy, if you want to get more done, stop making excuses. So that is the latest episode of Start and Stop. And hey, if you're getting something out of this, do me a favor, comment in the comments below, like the piece of content, and the biggest favor you could do for me is to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to grow that audience as well. So once again, if you want to be more purposeful, you want to be more happy, you want to start an attitude of gratitude, and you want to stop making excuses. Thank you so much. Don't make any more excuses. Subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you next time.